has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast. My favorite part of the day is when we talk bad about people in breaks. I just, honestly, it's just so, it's some people like a Fresca, and then there's others like me who enjoys when Carver High has nasty things or myself to say about people. And then it spreads around the room. It's great. Luke jumps in, Mafia, and we are just so abusive. Not only that, we talk bad about each other and ourselves. It's just invigorating. It is a lot like a Fresca. Carver High, I have nothing else to say at this point other than that was enjoyable. Some of the comments you just made my day. It just made, like, I went right into the second hour with ease. What a transition.
Somebody's got to tell it like it is sometimes. Here's the last two things from last night. The Jays beat the Angels 6-1. One of the guys that we kind of mentioned on the periphery last night was, of course, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who is smoking hot as well right now, Scotty. Well, he was at it again last night in Anaheim on Sportsnet Toronto.
Swinging a drive. Get up, ball. Get out of here. And this one is gone. He is locked in indeed. Number 24 for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And he absolutely smoked that one.
You know, I got to tell you, for all of his 22 gamer, whatever he's on, is he still on this hitting streak? You know, honestly, 24 home runs to me is relatively candy ass. I mean, we're talking about Soto with 33 and Judge has 42. And 24 to 42 to me is like, that's Neverland. I mean, honestly, that if he's such a badass, and I think he is a really good hitter, where is all the home runs this year? Like he's hitting them every day, every week. But 24 is kind of, for a big time slugger to me, Carver High. If you're not over, I'm being honest, if you're not over 30, to me by now, you're not producing. He is producing like crazy, getting hits every game. But I'm saying, right, a guy that hits that many home runs, he's not hitting them. 24 to me is candy.
Well, look, two things. Number one, the hitting streak did get stopped on Sunday, so he's started a new one now. He's 2 games in. Two, he has 14 of those 24 homers since July 1st. So he's picked up the pace in a big way. I should say 12 of those 24 since July 1st. So he has gotten hot here the last 2 months, month and a half, is when Vladdy has started to really cook.
You think he'll hit 40?
Got off. No.
That's a close call.
I think I'll get to 35. He'll get to 35, I think. Because he's not going to stay this hot the whole last 7 weeks of the season. He'll get cool off at some point. But he'll get to 35, I think, comfortably. And hopefully, as we'll find out in a few minutes, hopefully he hits another one tonight, Scotty, if you know what I mean, against Tyler Anderson for the Angels. Hopefully we get another one coming because we ride the hot hand sometimes here on Coast to Coast. And finally, the Braves, who we talked about earlier with the Phillies, they have won the first couple games in San Francisco against the Giants, of course. They have a 4-gamer tonight, and tomorrow they're still playing them. Travis d'Arnaud with the score tied at 3 in the 10th, putting them ahead for good on Bally Sports South.
3-3 as we sit here in the 10th. d'Arnaud to the right side. It does get through. d'Arnaud delivers again. And Atlanta is back in front.
Had a couple of RBIs in that game and a game-winning hit, and they've won the first 2, like you said, and they are playing 2 more. They're playing tonight, and they're playing tomorrow afternoon at Oracle.
They certainly are. By the way, little update here. Your boy Flash Gordon, he's not going to get out of the first inning for Colorado. They have already gone to the bullpen. It is 4-0 Diamondbacks. The bases are loaded. They have batted around. So Corbin Carroll's going to come back up after they make the pitching change bases loaded, 2 outs, 4 runs in. So not a good scene for your boy Tanner.
It's a good scene for my money because I bet on Arizona, and I'm going to hit that, and then I'm going to hit this this next game too with the Pirates. They have been awful. Their losing skid is reaching epic proportions. They have fallen out of the wild card. I mean, there's 5 or 6 back now. They're 6 out in the division. I mean, it's just one bad day after the next for them. But they need Keller today in a big way to step up. But I love the fact that Arizona's up big, and they need to keep adding to it so I can cash this ticket. We have Carver High back, I believe. He's not back. He's under a tremendous strain. So there you go. The Braves will play 2 more with San Francisco. Now we're looking at the rest of the games. Rangers at Red Sox at Fenway. And I got to tell you, Boston's been pushing them around so far. So why get off of that? I'm on Houck in this game. I don't think it's that juicy at -135. I kind of like the run line better because they've been killing them the last couple of nights. So why not run line it at +143 and go over the 9.5 as well? So I'm on Boston again. Washington and Baltimore. I mean, you got to be kidding me that this Oriole team keeps losing. I mean, and then Coffee and Kramer's going tonight, Carver High, and he's been terrible.
The Dean Kramer, Coffee and Kramer, who's been lit up like a Christmas tree, goes for the Orioles. And if you think he's bad, Scotty, how about DJ Hers going for the Nationals tonight? He is not much better. Orioles -175, +145 for the Nats, and a flat 9.
Yeah, I'll take Hertz, rental car, gold status, and the upset again. I need the Orioles to lose every night and the Yankees to win every night so that they can start getting a lead again in the East. And if the Baltimore Orioles are going to keep playing this poorly and lose all these games, then I'll bet against them. Why not?
Why not, indeed? The Cubs finish off their series with the Guardians in Cleveland. Jameson Tyone and Alex Cobb tonight. -145 for the Guardians, +120 for the Cubbies, and an 8.5.
Well, you'd think it'd be Jameson Tyone and the Cubs, but they lose every night now too, and Cleveland's back to winning. So I'll take Ty Cobb and the Guardians at home. And not only that, I'm onions, man. Give me the run line at +150 again. Seriously. I mean, the Cubs stink.
The Cubs do stink. I don't disagree with you there. The Phillies, who we have mentioned, they have stunk recently as well. The Marlins are in Philadelphia again. It'll be Edward Cabrera and Tyler Phillips going this evening. Right now, Scotty, the Phillies checking in at, where did they go? Oh, -175 plus $1.45 for the Fish and an 8.5.
I just have to take the Fish and the 145 the way the Phillies are playing. Now, I think Phillips, 66 Gasoline's been pitching pretty well for the Phillies. There's no doubt about it, but they just aren't scoring. They're not hitting. They're not doing anything offensively. So the Marlins have nothing to lose here at +145. Let's go.
Yeah, and Cabrera has been real good his last couple starts for Miami, Scotty. Cabrera has refound himself, and he's pitched a couple good games in a row. So that's another reason maybe to lean to the Fish here this evening. All right, we will do the rest later on, Scotty. Of course, I've got a lot more for you after we do the golf. We've got the Taters as well. Houston's in Tampa. We'll do the Dodgers and the Brewers again. Yankees in Chicago. And Atlanta and San Francisco again late night at Oracle. Giants need to get off the deck against them.
I got to tell you, just one other thing. I just wanted to mention, at the very least, you got to have serious onions to bet on the Marlins. They're 30 games under 500. You talk about hair dryer city.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
One change in the legislature in Missouri is that this guy who's just totally against sports betting there is not going away.
This has been in progress since last fall. They got 300 and some thousand signatures. All they needed was 170, but those were all certified by local election boards. That had to be done by earlier this month. By tomorrow, the Secretary of State has to verify all those signatures.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
And we are back for El Coast to Coast here on a Wednesday, a Golf Wednesday on C2C. And of course, every week, the Prime Minister, Cam Stewart, joins me as we get ready for this week's PGA Tour event. We have completed the regular season. We are on to the FedEx Cup playoffs. The top 70 will play this week in Memphis at the St. Jude Championship. Top 50 next week at the BMW in Denver this year, I believe. And then the Tour Championship for the top 30, as always, at East Lake in Atlanta. Cam, it is good to see you, as always, my man. And I think we have to start here because we've had, as the regular season comes to a close, we've had a hell of a year on Golf Wednesdays here on C2C. Between me, you, Keith Stewart, all the outright hits that we have had, the top 10s, the 20s, the first round leaders. It's been really a tremendous year, and it concluded for you and Keith in a big way. That was a wild Sunday with Aaron Rai winning at the Wyndham. They played 36 holes on Sunday, and Aaron Rai making that birdie on 36th one to get himself finally. And you know what, Cam? He was knocking on the door a lot this year. That was a nice job by you.
Yeah. No, thank you, Carver. I appreciate that. People don't know. They're like, oh, Gray Sermon gag. The guy's a kid, and, you know, he made a couple mistakes. Rye burned the hole on, like, every birdie putt, like 1/8 of an inch every time. It's not like, you know what? He was great. He was absolutely fantastic. You know what, Carver? It's nice when Gambler helps us, when I text you in church when we hit a winner, when we come back from 4 down to win. Hey, we get screwed a lot in this sport, so it's nice to get one when actually the bounces go our way. This week is amazing. We got a lot of guys fighting for a lot of stuff, Carver. Let's finish strong. I got more money in the bank right now, and I'm going to throw it on everything. Live golf, this golf, whatever. Even the Czech Masters I might go nuts in. But let's do this thing, Carver. Interesting tournament. I like a couple guys who are chalk, but I think we could still find some value down the board.
We certainly can here, Cam, as we head ourselves to the St. Jude Championship. Let's start with the chalk, as we always do, and we have not seen Scotty Scheffler since he won his gold medal a couple of weeks ago, and he is back in the mix here with us, and he is the heavy favorite. Now at actually 400. I've seen some threes for Scheffler, Cam, so to see him at 4 now. Xander at 8. Rory has creeped back to 10. He was in single digits. Morikawa, Aubert, Fleetwood, Hideki, and Patrick Cantlay, who lost in a playoff last year at this event to Lucas Glover, of all people. So Cantlay has played well here in the past as well. Give me your thoughts there, Cam, on the top of the board with the chalk.
I'm going to avoid these guys because other than Scheffler, like going wire to wire, we can get that number. And we've seen him before. We're not going to get like an 11-1 when he's a few shots back, but I still think we can get over 3. You're right, Carver. I see 320s and 350s on most books. Here's the deal. Rory, I want no part of. Xander Schauffele is a top 5, top 10 machine. He will be played. Morikawa, for me, this guy can win this tournament, but he's fallen short so many times. More of a top 10. You can also put top 5 for more money, but out of the chalk, and I'll tell you something, I love Patrick Cantlay this week, and we don't say that very much on the show. He has won for us in the past, but this is a course that he loves, and I think he'll do very, very well this week. He is dangerous, and I like his number.
I do as well, Cam. Let's get right into it now, of course, for me and you this week. And I'm going to keep you, I think, for a little extra time today for that little 6-minute segment after this because I'm going to get your live plays as well. So we don't have to speed through it like we usually do. Let me start with my outrights here. And I know you mentioned Cantlay and the top of that chalkboard. I am going to go to Cantlay for a couple of reasons. I think that he's played well, Cam, especially since the U.S. Open. I know we haven't seen a lot of him, but between here and over when they were in Scotland, I'm going to take Cantlay at 25-1. He likes the track, and I think he's got to be getting sick, Cam, of watching his boy win everything, Xander Schauffele. And I think Cantlay, who's been good in these FedEx Cup playoffs in the past, is going to step up. Next, Justin Thomas. He has won at this course in the past. He did not get to play in the FedEx Cup playoffs last year. I think he's going to come back with a little bit of a vengeance, 45-1 for him. And remember, Louisville, Kentucky guy, Memphis, close, knows the place very well, good course. Tom Kim, sitting in the low 40s, wants to get himself further up the board, Cam, into the top 30, make sure that he's at least Eastlake, and he's been very good, 45-1. Sahith Theegala played well here the last 2 years, 55-1. And the bomb for me, Sepp Straka, another guy who's played very well at TPC Southwind.
You're telling me, did he lose? He's lost in a playoff before. He's been there almost a few times. So I love Sepp Straka. You're reading each other's mail again, Carver. Let's go to my outrights. I got a couple guys chalk, but I got less guys this week, and now I had to see what you did, and I will sprinkle on your guys because it's a team effort here at SportsGrid with the golfers. We got Aberg. This is the thing. I think a little bit disappointing letting tournaments slip away. This is a perfect type of track for him. You have to keep it in play. 20-1. Patrick Cantlay, 22-1. We're on him. Billy Horschel is one of the hottest players in the world. I know he's a hot, popular pick this week. I don't care. He's in great form. And Sepp Straka, I found a 66. I put it in at 60. I'm with you on Sepp Straka.
Nice, Cam. Let's go. We will come back since, like I said, we have a couple of extra minutes. And we will do our top 5s, 10s, and 20s. We'll get the first round leaders. And I believe you even snuck me some live plays for this week, Cam. You even snuck in some live golf plays. Of course, they're going to be at the Greenbrier. Me and Brady did our picks yesterday. But we will come back and we'll see if we can sneak Cam's picks in for that. Quickly, Cam, since I only have less than a minute and I don't want to start another board, what did you think of what Kuchar did on 18?
I think Kuchar's an idiot. I don't care about cold medications. I'm on so many damn diabetes things, and I try to show up with blood running down my face. Honest to God, Kuchar, just finish the damn hole. And I don't care what he says, what these excuses are. It's a joke. Those bets didn't get graded till the morning on some sites, too. Like, Kuchar, really, you couldn't get – and the best is he didn't even birdie, he parred. That's classic Kuchar right there. I really want to like this guy sometimes, but, he just does real stupid stuff a lot of the time. Anyway, I'm not going to say he's a bad dude or anything like that, but that was dumb. Like, suck it up, Buttercup, and figure it out. You're a man. You're a man.
I heard basically the logic being, well, he had to secure top 125 so he could play in the fall and be able to get into those events. If he bogeys the hole, he would have fell out of the top 125. Everybody had excuses. I mean, he's hitting up on him before that. Your boy, Cooch. Yeah. All right, we'll come back. We'll give you all the rest of the picks for the St. Jude.
Tipper,
next,
too.
Coast to Coast Golf Wednesday.
Yeah, we're going to give...
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
One change in the legislature in Missouri is that this guy who's just totally against sports betting there is not going away.
This has been in progress since last fall. They got 300 and some thousand signatures. All they needed was 170, but those were all certified by local election boards. That had to be done by earlier this month. By tomorrow, the Secretary of State has to verify all those signatures.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
And we are back for El Coast to Coast here on a Wednesday, a Golf Wednesday on C2C. Great to have everybody with us. Of course, Cam Stewart, the Prime Minister, is with me every week to get ready for this week's PGA Tour event, the St. Jude Championship. They changed that, Cam, from Classic to Championship.
Oh, I think I sent you in the text. Classic, like Coca-Cola Classic. Ooh, Championship. I love how they throw like jabroni tournaments classic. This can still be a classic. It's the first of 3 rounds in the playoffs. Yeah, it's a classic. Championship.
Let's finish it off. We gave you the outrights, and we'll go with everything else now here. Here's who I got. Top 5, Rory. Here's one thing about Rory. He's another guy. FedEx Cup playoffs. He always plays really well and finds himself near the top of the board. Top 5 at plus 210. Sungjae Im at top 10 at plus 300. Been playing some really good golf. There's Seppi again. I'm backing it up, Cam, with the top 10 at plus 450 for him. Now, 3 guys who are right on the bubble for 50 next week. So remember, there's top 70 this week. It's top 50 next week for the BMW. Eric Cole, he's like 53rd, 54th, plus 270 for a top 20. Ben Griffin, a top 20 at plus 280. And Justin Rose, also kind of hanging right around that number, Cam, and needs to play well. Plus 320 for a top 20 for him. Those are 3 guys that I'm going to look to try to push themselves further up the board.
I got to double check my sports book. I got Cole at plus 190 for a top 20. That must have been a misprint, Carver. I hope I didn't call you after a glass of wine. Anyway, what's the deal here? Top 5s. Let's go. Scheffler, I don't care. This guy can win. I just want a top 5. I don't even mind laying 15 cents. We do it in baseball, hockey, any other sport. It's basically a pick 'em. I have to have something with this guy. Schauffele, plus 135. That's good enough for me. This guy is one of the hottest players in the world right now. A lot of guys in the know. Brady likes him, and I respect Brady's knowledge a lot. I think Stu Dog likes him too. Colin Morikawa, a lot of guys think he can win this week. I will just take a top 10 at plus 105 and sprinkle. Sungjae Im, I might bet him outright, Carver. I know he gags in a lot of final rounds and stuff, but that tournament last week was an outlier. Watch out for Sungjae Im. Plus 240 is a very, very good price. Top 20s, Bazoutenhout has the perfect game for this type of course. Thompson's Water Seal, one of the hotter players. Every single week he's top 10. I'll take the top 20 at plus 150. And Cole, I'm with you. I got to check my numbers. Plus 190, maybe it's 290. I must have been sleeping.
It's all, I'll get you my number, Cam. We'll get you. We'll get you involved with my number for Eric Cole for the T20. All right, First-round leaders, of course. Only 70 golfers in the field this week. And I'm going back to this strategy because of the weather, Cam. Supposed to rain a little bit there today and tonight. Might make the course a little soft in the morning, and then it's going to get crispy in the afternoon. So I'm taking all morning guys, all guys that are going out early. I think the first-round leader will come from the early wave. Tommy Fleetwood at 35-1. Sungjae Im at 40-1. Justin Thomas at 40-1. Cam Davis at 65. And a couple bombs. Ben Griffin, who I like for the T20 at 80-1. And the Captain Kirk, he out of nowhere will find his way to a first-round leader and then disappear the rest of the weekend. 90-1 for Captain Kirk. That's where I'm going first round.
I love it, Carver. Cam Davis, a hot starter. Ben Griffin can start hot, and Captain Kirk, this guy will fade as the tournament goes. Thursday Warrior Aberg, I expect him to come out of the gate very, very hot. 25-1. Horschel is a hot player right now. 35 is a great price. Another guy that let you down and me, my namesake, Cameron Young, dude, win a tournament once in a while. Anyway, I will take him for a first-round leader and watch him fade. He's got him and Kirk. They should go up to Neptune together. Batea is going to be a very dangerous player this week. I'll take him in the first round. Eric Cole, I'm all in on Eric Cole. What else is new? And Mackenzie Hughes, as Prime Minister, one Canadian citizen. He's a notorious hot starter as well. 85-1.
I cannot believe how gutless Cameron Young was on Sunday at that Wyndham.
It was hard to watch.
If he couldn't win on Sunday, I mean, he's at the top of the board. He's a shot back, and he's got all guys around him that he's quote-unquote better than, and he couldn't do it. And, in fact, he just goes, what do you shoot, 4 over in the first 18 and just put himself completely out of the mix? Oh, I would never bet Cameron Young again in my life. All right, give me your live picks quickly, Cam. Who do you like for live this weekend at the Greenbrier?
Neiman, 9-1. Patrick Reed, I don't know. I just got a feeling he's going to bust out one of these days. The Wolfman. He's playing great golf. T17's in his last 4. I know Mark Leishman's coming off an injury, but at 55-1, I couldn't resist, Carver. And I heard you have Uline. Love that pick at 70-1. Watch out for Uline. This is a bomber's paradise, and Uline hits it a mile.
I'm on Uline from yesterday. I had Patrick Reed yesterday, and Dustin Johnson at 33-1, Cam, I added as well, just because he hits the ball a long way, and I can't believe he slipped so far down the board. He's played well on LIV. Doesn't play well at the majors anymore. Played well on LIV this year. Cam, let's have another big week and head back to the window on a Golf Wednesday. Cam Stewart, Coast to Coast. We're back after this.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Let's go.
Welcome to the LIV Golf Team Championship.
The golf has been mesmerizing.
They are the LIV Golf Team Champions.
Team golf is back.
Oh, yes!
Are you ready?
Let's go! That's what champions do.
The brighter the lights, the bigger the stakes. Hunt or be hunted. Know your prey. This is a whole new jungle. This is The Lion's Share. Brought to you by BetMGM.
The BetMGM Swing for the Fences game has got everybody all up in arms because it's so much fun, because it's free. Carver High gets involved daily. Play as the batter and pick an area of the strike zone. Get a single, double, triple, home run, or fly out. Like I said, it's free. You can play it once a day, and you got to be an account holder of BetMGM on the mobile app or on BetMGM.com. And then you have a chance to win rewards, which are parlay boost tokens, odds boost tokens, single game parlay boost tokens, bonus spins in eligible casino states, and even bonus bets, if you can imagine. All rewards expire in 24 hours. So if you get a hit, you get a boost token. You got to use it basically that night. You know, you got one day to do it, and it expires. So if you get one, use it, and you're good to go.
That is how it works. I'll tell you, I was saying to you yesterday, I had a long run of singles in that game. Triple today. How about that? Triple. We rounded a three-bagger for us, which was a nice 33% MLB boost token, which I could use on a single home run, which we're going to put that to use tonight. As well. Good to see. How about it is time, speaking of taters, for the Lion's Share, brought to you by BetMGM, and it is tater time on a Wednesday on C2C. Before I do the taters, do you want the bad news now or after the taters? When do you want it? When do you want the bad news from San Diego? You want it now? I guess I'll give it to you now. 3-run homer for Jake Cronenworth in the first inning. 3-0 Padres. Right out of the gate against the Buccos.
So I told the young gun that I was betting on Helen Keller today, and he looked at me and went, "Ooh," like he doesn't have any faith in them anymore. That he thinks the Pirates lose every night now, permanently.
Yeah, not a good scene, not a good start. That's for sure. We'll start the taters here on the Lion's Share. You know, I usually don't like to go to these really chalky plays like plus 200. Like I try to stay away from those, but I just can't tonight, Scotty, because your boy Shohei Ohtani, he's been red hot. But not only has he been red hot, he's 10 for 27 with 5 homers off of Frankie Montas in his career, who's starting for the Brewers tonight. He's obviously homered in back-to-back games in Milwaukee. Montas has allowed 16 home runs this year. We will go big fly with Shohei plus 2 bills to get things going.
Yeah, and he's hitting them every night now. And I'd also be interested in Mookie Betts again and Will Smith. There's so many guys. They're killing the Brewers, by the way. The first 2 games they killed them?
They have killed them. In fact, Will Smith, I believe now has, I think it's 5 homers against the Brewers this year. Remember, he had that 3-homer game against them out in L.A. He hit a homer last night against them. So Will Smith has been very hot against the Milwaukee pitching staff. So that's not a bad one to get involved with tonight either. Next, speaking of red hot, we said the Marlins, they're one of the worst teams in baseball. They did beat the Phillies last night. Do you realize how hot Burger Time has gotten, Scotty? He has homered in 4 straight games. He has 6 in the last week. He has the most home runs in baseball since the All-Star break. Plus 3 bills for Burger Time tonight against Phillips for the Phillies, who's allowed 6 homers in only 31 innings pitched. Burger Time plus 300.
Bacon Burger Time, the way he's been hitting it with cheese. I mean, this guy's every night now. I like this bet as well.
Got to have a little Burger Time. And look, I said Cabrera's been pitching well. You're getting some better numbers than usual on Schwarber and Harper tonight. Usually those guys are in the 2s and 3s. You're getting them in the 4s and 5s this evening. So if you want to take a shot against Cabrera, might be a night you get some good prices on some of the big films.
Why do you think that is? Because they're not hitting. So now they're 4 and 5 and
yeah. I think it's 2 things. They're in a slump right now, and Cabrera has 2 really good starts in a row where he hasn't allowed any homers. So I think that those two things combined get you there. But as we know with Taters, it only takes one. It only takes one, and we can get some things going. Next, we played a clip from this guy earlier. He is also on the red-hot tear list right now. That is Vladdy Guerrero Jr. He is 3 for 6 in his career off of Tyler Anderson. He has 3 homers in the past week. He homered last night out in Anaheim. Anderson is a good gas can. He's allowed 17 home runs already this year. And +4 Bills. He reached that 4 number for me. +4 Hundy for Vladdy tonight out in Anaheim.
I'm not going to question his bat right now, the way he's hitting. I mean, I know the streak's over, like you said, but another one last night. He's jacking home runs. He's seeing the ball. He's crushing it all over the place. I like that as well.
Next, it's very rare that I go to a guy that only has 3 home runs on the season, right? But it kind of worked for us last week with Real Muto, who had good numbers. Jake Fraley for the Reds tonight. 5 for 9 with 2 homers off of Kyle Gibson in his career. And he's only had 3 home runs this season, but he destroys Kyle Gibson. He's +525. Gibson gives up a lot of homers as well. Jake Fraley for a deep shot tonight, Scotty, with some good history.
I mean, Jake Fraley. I'm like, who in the hell is this? And watch, Carver High hits these bats like it's the craziest thing. I've never heard of the guy. And then he'll get him at 5 1/4, and he'll jack one tonight. Watch, he'll do it. This will be the guy that hits the home run. I'm not doubting anything he put up.
No, we cannot do that. That's for sure. All right, next, we're going to have to bypass the next one because there was a scratch for the Oakland lineup. Rooker not going tonight, Scotty, against David Peterson. So I'm not sure what's going on there. He would always be in the lineup against the lefty. I'm going to have to check that out as we investigate and we get to that game in a little bit. So
do
no
we go
Rooker.
with the Butler?
I was going to say we could go with the Butler, who, of course, is going to be leading off. My worry there would be lefty on lefty, where Peterson's a little strong. How about instead we go with J.J. Bleday, who homered last night and is getting a little bit of a hot bat recently. If I can quickly bring up, let's see how fast I am, Scotty, to get my BetMGM homer app up, or my app for BetMGM.
Tonight for the Mets.
And
Somebody's got to hit a home run finally.
That could be it.
It'd be him or Alonso.
Bleday is +600 tonight. I kind of like that. Lindor +225. So that's I think Lindor's going to homer tonight. Vientos +300. So this guy Estes for the A's. Maybe we do go to the other side. I'm very upset that Rooker's not in the lineup tonight. So instead, we'll go to our big ball of the night, and that is in that National Oriole game where I think we are going to get a ton of runs tonight with these two guys on the mound, Hers and the Dean Kramer and Coffey. But I'm going to go a little deeper down the board, Scotty. This kid, James Wood, who the Nationals called up about a month ago now, month and a half, he's really starting to find himself. He homered the other day. He's been destroying right-handed pitching. He's hitting third tonight, of course, again against the Orioles, and Kramer gives up a lot of bombs. +7 Bills for the big kid, James Wood, tonight down in Baltimore.
7-1 if he jacks one. I'm rooting for him. Not only that, I bet on him, right? I bet on the Nats again. Yeah. So give me Wood. I like it.
There you go. And I like a lot of guys in that game. I'm not going to lie to you. I think that Mountcastle from the right side against DJ Hers is a nice play. Santander, they moved him down, I guess, because with the lefty going, is hitting 5th tonight. I think you're going to get a lot of taters there. So there you go, Scotty, for tonight. Burger time, Ohtani, Vlad, Jake Fraley, James Wood to get us going, and plenty of guys on the Mets against Estes in the 8-Met game. The Lion's Share brought to you by BetMGM.
Can we get a Raleigh? Can we get a Judge? Can we get a Olsen? Or
I like
Murphy
Raleigh too
tonight.
I like Cal Raleigh tonight too. I think we could add Cal Raleigh there in Detroit. That's not a bad one.
The Lion's Share, presented by BetMGM.
try and set the stage for what should be a great year of NFL action.
There's a handful of teams that potentially can compete for a Super Bowl championship.
Confusion and uncertainty this year more than some in the past.
This team looks like it's ready to make a move, but we just don't know if it's bad or good this year.
J.J. McCarthy is eventually going to take over, but it's a no-lose situation for them.
I mean, they suck. They were 7-10.
Only on SportsGrid.
It just goes to show you how special this guy is, and I can't figure out why he doesn't cut through like the Tiger Woods of the world in that kind of dominant fashion in years past.
He stepped up to the tee box on the 14th hole, and he was 60-1 to win that golf tournament. You know, he was trailing by 6 shots, and he comes out on top.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
However many units are on the line, however many people, however many cocktails, like it's a perfect scorecard. And someone questioned him on one hole. He's like, well, one thing I never get wrong is the scorecard. And then we're on like 13 and he's added up and he's like, this is wrong.
I looked back from number 13 and I'm like, I'm missing $140 somewhere. I don't know where I'm missing it. And I'm looking back and I'm like, no, yeah, it doesn't match up on 11. And I got to track it back to like number 7.
Only on SportsGrid.
I'm talking about Frank Deontay George, Taylor Hendricks, Isaiah Collier, the rookie, Cody Williams, the rookie, Bryce Sansamore, second year, maybe keeping Walker Kessler. That means either Danny Ainge thinks that they're going to be a championship team in 3 to 4 years, or he's going to wait 1 year and he's going to trade Lauri Markkanen and he's going to get the farm.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
All right, let's look at these baseball games that are under the lights tonight, Mike.
Yeah, we were just talking as we were going to the break about Cal Raleigh. The Mariners are in Detroit again. Of course, they got smashed last night by the Tigers. Tonight it will be Brian Wu against Bo Brisky to get Game 2 of that series going. Minus 140 for the Mariners on the road, plus $120 for the Tigers, and a flat 8.
Yeah, what was it, 15-1 last night? That's twice
Sure
now
was.
Scoobles beat them. And I just feel like Seattle bounces back tonight, and that price at 140, I don't like it that much, but I still think they'll get it done tonight at Comerica.
Cardinals and the Reds in Cincinnati again. Kyle Gibson and Emiliano Pagan are the starters there. Of course, we were discussing Gibson before. Right now, the Cardinals minus 115, Reds minus 105, and a flat 9.
Why not take the Reds at minus $1.05 for the sweep?
Yeah, I kind of like that too, honestly. I kind of like the Reds at that price at home against the guy that they all hit very well. You know, I gave you Fraley, Scotty, but we know that Ellie De La Cruz likes to hit right-handers like Kyle Gibson as well. So I think that could be a good night for the Reds there. The Astros are in Tampa against the Rays again. Ronel Blanco and Zach Littell tonight. Minus 125 for Houston, plus 105 for the Rays, and a 7.5.
I mean, I think the Astros are going to sweep them. So I'm going to go Houston again here.
Houston again. They don't lose right now, that's for sure. The A's are at Citi Field. We did get the word on Rooker, Scotty, who, of course, we were going to have in the Tater Time. He went on the paternity list this afternoon, going home as the wife's having a baby. So no Brent Rooker for the A's tonight or probably tomorrow, I would say. I know.
I don't recommend missing games for having babies. Just you take care of that. I'll be home in a few days. Good luck to you. All right, what's he going to do? He's going to go in there and take some pictures. I mean, I need this guy to hit home runs, taters for us and make us money. What do I care about his wife in labor? I mean, honestly, I'm just kidding.
It'll be Joey Estes and David Peterson tonight in this one. The Mets minus 200. How are they minus 200 the way they've been playing? Plus 165 for Oakland and a flat 8.
I just think Estes is so awful that he's really, I don't know. He's not that bad. At that price, the way that the Mets are playing, they lose every night. Why not take the A's and Estes? He's 5-4. And you're telling me you're going to give me, what, $1.80? $1.80? Is it at $1.80? I'll take them again. Why not? They kicked their ass last night.
I got 165 right now, but yeah, it's right in that area, 165 to 180.
It's a lot of money.
You want to go in. It is a lot of money, that's for sure. Dodgers and the Brewers in Milwaukee again. It will be Walker Buehler tonight against Frankie Montas, minus 125 for the Dodgers, plus 105 for the Brewers, and a flat 9.
Yeah, I got to go Dodgers again. They've owned them so far, and I say that beat continues.
Now, Buehler's coming back. Remember, Scotty, Buehler came back in early May, really got smashed around. He was 1-4 with a 5.8, gave up a ton of homers. He went back on the IL, and this is his first start in 2 months. He hasn't pitched since June 18th. So Walker Buehler back for the Dodgers tonight.
I don't care. I think Montas sucks, and I also don't think he can get any of those Dodgers out.
I think that will be the biggest problem, that's for sure. Yankees and the White Sox finish off the rubber match. Will Warren against Davis Martin tonight. Look out. Minus 250. Minus 250 for Will Warren and the Yankees. Plus 200 for Martin and the Sox. And a 9.5.
Yeah, I still think the Yankees win this game, and I'll run line it.
Run line it. There you go. Run line it with the Yankees. Let's see if they can get out of Chicago after how they got embarrassed on Monday night. Blue Jays and the Angels again in Anaheim. Tyler Anderson and Jose Berrios. Now, I did not have an Angel, Scotty, of course, in the Taters, but we do know Berrios gives up a lot of homers. I believe it's 28 now this year. He has surrendered. So if there's anyone you like, maybe it's Mickey. Put down the cognac and give me the Moniac tonight. If you want to go with one of those guys on Anaheim, why not? They're actually favored, minus 115, minus 105 for Toronto, and an 8.5.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Berrios here in Anaheim. They're going to sweep them. I like the Jays to win again. I think Berrios will beat the Angels. I think the Angels are awful.
I think the Angels are awful too. And finally, Braves and the Giants, again at Oracle. Braves have taken the first 2 games. Grant Holmes is going to start for them tonight. Robbie Ray goes for the Giants, who are minus 125. Get the Braves at plus 105 and a 7.5.
God, how do I get off of the Braves here? I mean, I tried to win with the Giants twice and lost. And now I'll go with Atlanta, and what am I going to lose again? I mean, honestly, I lost the first 2 games of the series. I bent over. But I'm going with the Braves at that price. They've won the first 2, and at plus 110, I'll take them.
And by the way, I forgot to mention this to you as well. One of those other secondary guys that we mentioned last night, I told you Fitzgerald was like 7 bills, plus 750, plus 8, and he homered last night for San Francisco. So he had a big fly.
He's been incredible
left center
for them.
I was stunned at that price. So I jumped on him. I told you the wind was blowing out, and we were able to cash. All right, so there you go. That's tonight's action. 4-0 Padres, as they just got an RBI double. Flew your eyes. 4-0 in the top of the third. Not a good scene for Keller.
10 in a row.
5-0 Diamondbacks right now in the top of the fourth in Arizona.
At least I'm hitting that.
Flash Gordon couldn't get out of the first for them. I also saw, as we go to break, Mbappe scored in his first game for Real Madrid this afternoon.
There you go, his first goal.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFC selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
One change in the legislature in Missouri is that this guy who's just totally against sports betting there is not going away.
This has been in progress since last fall. They got 300 and some thousand signatures. All they needed was 170, but those were all certified by local election boards. That had to be done by earlier this month. By tomorrow, the Secretary of State has to verify all those signatures.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
All right, to the NFL skinny we go on a Wednesday, Carver High.
We certainly do. Of course, we discussed at the top of the show, the Vikings will not have rookie quarterback J.J. McCarthy for the entire season. They opened up the knee this morning, complete tear of the meniscus, surgery, finished. We'll see you next year for J.J. Here is Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell giving the bad news, Scotty.
An update on J.J. McCarthy. He did, undergo surgery actually this morning on that meniscus. It was led by our team doctor, Dr. Chris Larson at TCO. It was a successful procedure, but it did reveal that a repair was necessary, which will end J.J.'s 2024 season.
That's just unbelievable to me that that's how quick his season ended. He looked great in his time that he played. He was slinging it all over the football field. Bangs up the knee. You think you're going to get a break with the meniscus and not the ACL, and the same thing happens. He tore it. They had to repair it. Full repair, full year. He's out. I think it's devastating news for the Vikings. And I don't believe any of that. This is the best thing that could have happened for him, that he's getting it fixed and he'll be back next year. And I don't see any brightness in losing a season, losing a year of your life. Like, I don't care what anybody says. You only play for so long in the NFL. And now you've got one knee surgery under your belt. And you know what usually follows? Another one. I mean, it's that simple. Like, These guys start having bad knees, and then will he be able to take a hit? I mean, it's real simple. This league is violent, and guys drop like flies, and guys with bad knees don't last. It's real simple. So he's already got one now. He never had any problems in high school and college, and now he's already got a problem in the NFL. And so I think it's a real bad day for the Vikings.
It is a real bad day for them. In fact, they had some other bad things happen, too. Jordan Addison went down holding his leg, of course, one of their wide receivers. They had to help him off. They brought the card out for him. Now, O'Connell then said he's okay. it's not that serious. I think everyone gets nuts now. That's the new thing now, right, Scotty? They put everyone on the cart. You've seen a lot of this the last couple days. Just because someone goes on the cart, I mean, it's not a good thing, but I think there's a big jump to conclusion when these guys end up on the cart, and sometimes it's not as bad.
Precautionary. Why would you let the guy limp off or be carried off? This is the NFL. They have all this money. Bring the cart out and bring him back into the room, and don't make him suffer trying to get off the field. They're saying it's not bad. I don't believe them. I don't believe anything I hear from NFL teams regarding injuries until you hear what he did. He had a press conference, and he said he had surgery this morning. He's done for the year. That's when there's finality to it, when they admit that there's injuries, because the rest of the time they come out with injury reports, but I don't think they tell the truth about, a guy in camp goes down. Yeah, it's no big deal. Like I've heard the neighbor's ankle, no big deal. You know what I mean? Like everybody says it's nothing. I don't believe them.
Yeah, I have a few coaches coming up here later on who are playing that game, not giving you anything. Meanwhile, you don't really know if they're telling the truth or not. We mentioned that Darnold's going to be the guy now, obviously. His odds to win the comeback player of the year, they were 50 yesterday morning. Then they went to 20. In fact, I think they've gone even lower than that now, Scotty, in the 10 range, now that he is going to be the unquestioned starter there in Minnesota.
Oh, please. They wouldn't give him the award if everyone else didn't play. They're going to give him an award over Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers gets everything. He could throw for minus 400 yards in a game and he'd still get all the attention. They're not giving that award to Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold could throw for 500 yards every week for 18 weeks and he still wouldn't win it. No one cares about him. That's a fact.
You're right. If Rodgers makes it through the year, they'll give it to him no matter what. It doesn't matter what he does. They're going to give it to Rodgers because he didn't play last year. It doesn't matter what anybody else
And what about Joe Burrow? They love Joe Burrow. Joey Silk. He's got 9 nicknames. He doesn't wear anything on his back when he wears a suit. He gets his hair bleached out blonde. You think they're going to give it to Sam Darnold, who no one gives a rat's ass about? Please.
No. More football when we start the next hour. We got more stuff to do.
Why not? Like the whole hour. And some golf.
Let's go. Welcome to the Live Golf Team Championship. The golf has been mesmerizing. They are the Live Golf Team Champions.
Team golf is back.
Oh, yes!
Are you ready?
Let's go! That's what champions do.
What is the ceiling for this kid? Now that he's got the money, and we saw something click with him, what is the ceiling for a Jordan Love in this Green Bay team?
Deepest pass target group in the National Football League. 2 stud tight ends. They're legit 5 deep at receivers. 7 bona fide pass targets deal. Come on, man. This guy could be a stud. Top 5 quarterback.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
It just goes to show you how special this guy is, and I can't figure out why he doesn't cut through like the Tiger Woods of the world in that kind of dominant fashion in years past.
He stepped up to the tee box on the 14th hole, and he was 60-1 to win that golf tournament. You know, he was trailing by 6 shots, and he comes out on top.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
However many units are on the line, however many people, however many cocktails, like it's a perfect scorecard. And someone questioned him on one hole. He's like, well, one thing I never get wrong is the scorecard. And then we're on like 13 and he's added up and he's like, this is wrong.
I look back from number 13 and I'm like, I'm missing $140 somewhere. I don't know where I'm missing it. And I'm looking back and I'm like, no, it doesn't match up on 11. and I got to track it back to like number 7.
Only on SportsGrid.